Thank you very much.
So, okay, off we go. So we said it was simple. Right. So this came out of a tweet that Ron Jeffries fired out about a year ago that caught my imagination. Where he said, "Oh, plans 2 years ago. Bloody hell, it was that like." We didn't say it was easy. We said it was simple. So this got me thinking about it. So it's simple. The Agile Manifesto, simple, individual interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation. It's a bit like one of those gigs where you expect people to join in partway through and then, the popular songs. Customer collaboration, responding to change. Agile Manifesto, great stuff. XP values, courage, simplicity, feedback, communication, respect. Read the t-shirt. Yeah. It's easy.
Very good.
Yeah. Well, it's reasonably simple. Reasonably easy. Sorry, simple rather. So it's reasonably simple. So these are the 12 agile principles. So I'm sure you can all, again, quote these off by heart. But we're getting into things like getting simplicity, technical excellence, delivering working software frequently. So there's more stuff in here, but I'm sure it's still simple. So how hard can it be? Simple. Right, so looking at different people who are involved. I've made one of our team's guinea pigs on this, so they've got their pictures on this. So the developers on the team, it's not easy for them. Yeah, it's simple, but it's not easy. Well, why is it not easy? Okay, they've got to take responsibility for the stuff. They've got to have discipline to follow the processes, even under pressure. When people are screaming for a release. They've got to say no when things can't be done, rather than we'll try. They've got to ask for help when they need it, rather than trying to do everything. They've got to follow through on their retrospective actions, because everybody does that, yeah? They've got to seek feedback and they've got to keep improving. And they've got to keep refactoring until it's simple. So, that's for the developers. Now, testing specialists, it's not easy for them either. They've got to be more proactive than they would do in a waterfall environment. They've got to get really good at business analysis skills, taking part in the 3 Amigos and things like that. They've got to learn some coding so they can pair with the developers and help them with their tests. They've got to get really good at exploratory testing. We've got to spend a lot of time teaching people about what makes a good test. So this is what, suddenly the tester's plate is a lot more full of stuff they've got to do. Oh, and also they've got to do everything the developers do. DevOps specialists. It's not easy for them. They've got to automate all the things. They've got to master the different tools for deployment, for build, for test, and all the different containers you're using. They've got to refactor the pipeline again for another technology you've brought in, the new technology that's been brought into it. Oh, and also they've got to do all the things the developers have got to do. The product owner. So the product owner, it's not easy for her because she's got to spend a lot of time out in the building, talking to customers, understanding the market. But she's also got to be available for the team to answer questions and take part in 3 Amigos. We'll be in 2 places at one time. She's also got to find enough time to do enough work on the backlog so the backlog's coherent and ready to go when you get to the next story. And she's also got to deal with various bits of the organisation on behalf of the team, like communicating bad news, i.e. the truth about the delivery schedule. Or the changes in features, the features that are not going to be in the next release. So, it doesn't make her life easy. The organisation's technical leadership, ignore this about it. The organisation's technical leadership is not easy for them because they've got to recruit people who can do all this stuff. They've got to then trust them to make good decisions and to prioritise that they're doing the right thing and to ask for help when they need it so that you can step back and get rid of that itch to try and interfere all the time. You've got to deal with the other bits of the organisation on behalf of the team that the product owner doesn't deal with. And they've got to let people get on with making mistakes and learning as they do that. They're doing stuff, they're making mistakes and stuff and learning on stuff that you could probably already do yourself and you could do it faster yourself, but you've got to let them do it because otherwise it'll never work, the team will never gel. So you're just going to get with all this management crap that you'd rather not do because you'd rather code it. I know, we'll get a coach in. That'll help out, but it's not easy for them. You've got to try and influence the team in just a couple of days a week, probably. You've got to change the culture, change the working practices. Oops. You've got to set a good, consistent example of how to be an agile developer. And they've got to teach people the same stuff over and over again in different ways without going postal. Now, who can we find who could do that? So it's not easy because you need the discipline. You need to avoid. If anybody's looked at Kinefin framework, you know that there's between simple here and chaotic there. There's like this little bit where you slide down from one to the other because you just become sloppy and stop being disciplined. So you've got to avoid that. Most of the challenges are around soft skills rather than around technology. This is not a techie strong point, so that makes it difficult. You have to change yourself. For all this sort of stuff, the courage and this sort of thing, you have got to be part of that change, which is difficult. And you have to learn when to have iron discipline. We are going to do the tests, we are going to do this. And when you can improvise, it's like, no, we don't need to test that, it's too simple. And the problem is, another problem is your organisation is a square and you're a circle. You want to do all these great agile things in this circle. This is a Jürgen Apello thing. The sort he talks about with square within the circle within the square. You've got to want to do all these wonderful agile things in here. Your organisation has got a whole bunch of tax it takes on you, and you've got to basically, feed them that tax money while you can carry on doing the agile stuff. But mostly, it's not easy because nobody's told the wider business nobody's sold the wider business on working in an agile way. And agile software development doesn't deliver the benefits unless the whole business is working with the growth. That's why a lot of organisations end up in what I would refer to as Tommy mode. So this is for the older people in the audience. There's the Tommy the Rock Opera, they might remember by the Who in the mid-70s. There's the deaf, dumb and blind kid who played a mean pinball. Basically, he had this thing at the end of the film where he'd let people learn his way of doing things by putting in earplugs and a blindfold and a mouth plug and so on. So they were deaf, dumb and blind, and they could then learn to be great pinball players. And guess what? They rebelled. They said, we ain't going to do this. This is just too hard. We don't want to be like you. We just want to have the great pinball skills. So shit. Yes. This is the way we learn to do this. So that's where you get to. This we ain't going to take about. You end up with flaccid scrum, cargo cult agile, and all this sort of stuff. But XP and the other agile approaches, they only work when you've got the dials turned up to 10. It's no good doing a bit of agile. We're a bit agile on Wednesdays. So remember, we said it was simple. We never said it was easy. If you're finding agile software development easy, you're probably doing it. Thank you.